What's up, everyone? It's me, your friendly neighborhood pastor, and today I'm going to be reacting to a popular video on Instagram that talks about what happens after you die. Let's go.
Do you know what happens after your funeral? In a few short hours, the crying will die down, and your family will be busy making arrangements for food or drink. Some of your relatives will start discussing current events over coffee, and some people will call your family to tell them that they can't make it in person because of an emergency. Your employer will begin to search for your replacement. In a few days, your children will go back to work because their bereavement leave has run out. In a month, your spouse will be watching a comedy on TV and start to laugh. You'll be forgotten at an astonishing pace. If people will forget you so easily, then who are you living your life for? You spent your whole life worrying about what people will think about you. They don't. So live your life for you.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Few thoughts here. Number one, I've already looked at the comments and there's a lot of people going, hey dude, that's not the way it is for me. I've lost my spouse and I've thought about them every minute of every day. I lost my mom, my dad, my child, and they are not forgotten. I have not moved on. So that's the first thing that I wouldn't agree with. The second thing is more subtle. And I think most people would not get it at first. They would say, yeah, it makes sense that people are going to forget you, so live your own life. And I can agree with that.
But hold up a minute.
Is it really your own life?
Are you your own mommy and daddy? Did you create yourself?
See, the funny thing is about life is it's a gift. You didn't give it to yourself. I love asking people all the time, where did you come from? And they go,
My mama.
well, where did your mama come from? And then they try to be slick with me and they go,
Her mama.
then I summarize and go, where did all the mamas come from? And then they'll maybe be scientific and be like,
The Big Bang.
and I go,
Oh, really? The Big Bang?
so what banged and who banged it? And then mamas came out and they go,
No, it's not how it works, but science explains it all.
oh, okay, so science explains how nothing exploded and everything came to be just as it is today.
That's not science. That's called science fiction, boys and girls.
That's a way to try to think that you've outsmarted God, but really you've just made yourself a fool. Now, could God have used evolution? That's another discussion. I believe in young earth creation, that there's a miracle in our creation, and if we look for it, we'll see it. So what's missing from this video is that it's not your life, dude. It's a gift from God. Yes, people will forget about us in some ways, and other ways they'll carry us in their heart and in their memories for the rest of their lives. I think will be important to people a lot longer than the funeral. But here's the big thing that I believe this video is missing. It's not our life. I just don't get to do with it whatever I want.
Now, somebody might say,
But didn't God give us free will?
Free will, baby.
ain't free.
You're going to be held accountable to what you did with that free will. You're going to have to give an account for every decision that you made and thoughts that you thought. And so the idea about God giving us our life is a pretty big idea. And there's a whole book written about it in the Old Testament called Ecclesiastes. Now be careful when you read this because he's called the backslidden preacher. And this is King Solomon in his dark days when he was away from God. He had a lot of women, a lot of money, and a lot of stuff up here, but not a lot in here. And he talks about the vanity of life. Some of the things that he says is when you see a poor person and a rich person, there's a big difference in how they live on this earth. But after they die, they're all the same. They become worm food. And he said, oh, the vanity of life. Another thing is you see someone doing so much good in the world, like a Mother Teresa, and then someone like a Hitler doing so much evil in the world. And yet they both die and they become worm food. Oh, vanity of life. And yet there in that book, he talks about the
Secret of life.
And let me just tell you, because I like telling secrets, no half kid. The secret of life is to know God and to serve him all the days of your life. And here's the cool part about that. We then get to love people, share life with people. And then when we lose those people, if they've loved God like us, we get to see them again in heaven, then upon the new earth, and be with them for eternity. That's not science fiction, friends. That's the reason why you were created. You were created to know thy God and know thyself. Yes, there will be people who will forget about you, jobs that have to go on, and life will go on in many ways the same. But God remembers, keeps perfect record of everything that we did. And I know that scares some people
Should scare the hell out of you if you ask me.
because God is keeping track of everything. But here's the good news. If you love Jesus, your sins can be forgiven. So that which is good is remembered for all of eternity. That's your legacy. So my friends, don't just think about yourself as you try to go through life knowing that some people are going to forget about you. No, live in such a way that you can leave a legacy. Jesus said it like this, that what does it profit a man to gain the whole world, yet lose his soul? Don't lose your soul to gain the whole world. Love Jesus who gave himself for the world, and then you will know what this world is all about. And as you live, what you do as good deeds will be remembered in eternity. Well, that's what I believe, my friends, that life is not as bleak as others make it out to be. With God, life is pretty exciting, even if some people forget about you. And so I hope that you've been encouraged and you can live a life free from what people think about you. But remember, what God thinks about you really counts. If you like custom gear like this, check out our website at kingdomprinting.store, where you can buy some of our gear or print out your own custom designs. Also, if you're called into ministry, want to be in Bible college, we have one for free online, legacyministrycollege.org. Check us out. We'd love to have you join us. Like, comment, and share if you like videos like this. This is what I believe, that you can have a purpose in life that turns into an everlasting legacy. What do you believe?